Alright, so we're not going to see a whole lot of full access on this one in travel mode, although I do like to point out that with this big 4-door 12 cubic foot fridge freezer, you're actually able to access the entirety of the freezer as well as half the refrigerator. Now this trailer right now is still hooked up to the shipping truck, so we have the TV shipped loose in a box. You come around the corner, you see you actually still can reach part of this dinette, as well as, you know, your bedroom and bathroom areas upstairs. So it's got utility travel capability, but not full access. And then, once the slide is open, as Aladdin would say, it's a whole new world. And it opens up to a magical camping adventure. Maybe not magical, like I don't expect to see unicorns and rainbows, but it is pretty awesome in here. The 321 rear sofa triple slide Eagle here at Haylett RV. This is absolutely an unsung and underappreciated member of the best-selling series of fifth wheels Jayco's ever produced. The Eagle series right now is absolutely on fire, and they are growing like crazy. There's a serious potential in, you know, maybe 2 years or so, they could overtake the role of #1 fifth wheel in their class on the way up to #1 fifth wheel overall. Remains to be seen. They have the potential though. What they do here at Eagle, there's a lot of other nice mid-profile fifth wheels, meaning this size in this category. But Eagle has equipped more things onto their RV. They've spent more money on equipment and structure here. It doesn't mean other brands aren't nice. Doesn't mean that they aren't built well. It's just that Eagle has spent more time, effort, engineering, and investment on some of those items. And I want to point out a few of those as we go. Like right as we start in here, it's more common today than it used to be, but not everything in this class has Whisper Quiet AC yet. Your main living room air conditioner on an Eagle is a standard $15,000. You don't have to monkey around with paying extra money to upgrade that. They just standardized it. It's also, depending on who you talk to, like 70 to 90% quieter than a standard air. I think 90% is aggressive, but I think 70% is pretty fair. With their Helix air ducting system up in there, which is something you can't see, they also have improved airflow. So not only is this quieter, but it's more efficient. That doesn't mean it'll get colder. It means it'll get down to temp faster and stay there more easily. Little touches too, like the residential ceiling fan for that. I don't care if you had the windows open or not. That extra airflow, it's just nice. All of our cabinetry is pocket screwed lumber core. That means that it is made with wood. It just has a wrap on it. But it's not particle board that's stapled together. Even little touch things, you can do the wedding ring test. Hardwood slide fascia. You're going to find nicer material throughout. Like, you can hear the difference between a real faucet and a plastic faucet that looks you know, very silvery. Electric space heating fireplace directly across from the seating. That's, you know, this is not a terribly uncommon floor plan, but for some reason, a lot of folks just don't seem to come after this one. This is the RV that, I mean, we sell it very well, but it's funny because very few people call say, do you have a 321 Eagle? They might call on the 317, which is very similar to this, but it has an outside kitchen instead of all the windows on the door side. But so often they see this and go, wow, it feels so much bigger and more open in here because of those extra windows. I want to take this one home. So it's interesting that it's the one that earns a lot of customers, but not a lot of people come looking for it. Now, as long as I'm staring at this, I want to show the dual storage shelving behind the big 50-inch flat screen that comes with this. I also like to take this time to point out the big double swing arm that they have here. Now, there are some RVs where you have a TV on a lift right there. That's cool because it can give you an extra window. There are some RVs that will recess the TV back as far as they can, and that loses storage, but it'll save a little weight and money. But Eagle tries to give you max function here. They like you to be able to see the entertainment from any seating area in this coach, and they have achieved that. Now, all windows open for airflow. They use max size sliding windows in your slides for airflow. You'll notice that even the toothpick sofa slide windows also open for air. And a lot of brands, you won't get a big monster airflow window panel in the back. That's one of those extra little Eagle things that they're doing here. Other little touches that I like on these, the fact that every set of lights has a switch. You don't have to go through and click, 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 click individual lights. It's all there. Now, recliners here are standard. We will typically outfit floor plans like this most of the time with theater seating, because theater seating is super popular and trending in right now. But not 100% of people want a theater seat. There are a lot of folks who want the independence of their own individual chairs and recliners. So we do still provide that option here in the Eagle series. As long as we're in the slide, I want to point out the big symmetrical huge windows on this. And what's kind of cool, maybe you're having a romantic campsite dinner. Your main cabin lights and these little slide lights right here are actually on a dimmer switch, which is kind of cool. It's actually very nice for like evening use and night lighting. You can leave those turned down. Like maybe you've got one of the grandkids or something on the hide-a-bed in the back. You can leave that light on so they can kind of see through the camper. Now, this is something else Eagle does well. Most, not all, most brands in this class and category, they're going to give you 4 of these full-time fixed chairs. You rarely, though, need 4 chairs for a couple's camper. So Eagle invests a little bit of extra time and effort to give you a pair of these nice little decor-matching fold-away chairs. And you've got this cool little easy lift like desktop here with an extension leaf. So whether you have guests, whether you're work camping, whatever the case may be, this is probably the best dinette arrangement in this category. And frankly, I think you have to go up to like a Keystone, Montana to get a cooler, more functional dinette. Montana's got one of the best dining setups I've ever seen. This is exceptionally close though, and for a lot less money. That's kind of the cool part there. And that's who Eagle is, guys. Like, if you compare Eagle to the other fifth wheels in this size and category, they're going to be more weight. They're going to be more money. That's not even a question. At least they should be. If someone is advertising brand X in this comparable category, apples to apples, and they're heavier or more money, that you shouldn't even be looking at it, because Eagle will have more equipment. Hands down, I can promise you that, and I can start laying it down on paper to show you. Doesn't mean the other brand is bad. It just means that maybe that's not the best deal looking for out there. Who you compare Eagle to, like, there's a lot of people like, okay, listen, I've had those giant 40-foot fifth wheels, and I want to get down to something, 35, 37-foot, whatever, but I don't want to give up nice features. That's who these guys are. Like, they're extra tall opposing slides here. You can see you've got that motion-sensitive lighting in this pantry, and they spent the extra little time and effort again to give you little adjustable shelves to kind of convert that pantry to how you want. In their kitchen here, they've got little soft close residential drawers, which is just a nice little touch. We've got solid surface countertops in here. That sink in the island. I love that this is an asymmetrical island. I love that the sink is not dead in the middle of it, because it actually gives you more prep space, and it just has just pure unadulterated storage below. They've recessed the sink and the stove to give you lots of prep space there. The sink covers right here, they've got 2 different things going on. Obviously, you're going to take the little, brand new camper plastic rack off of this, but this is a aluminum drying rack, so you can kind of set dishes here and let them dry out. And then you've got this sweet bamboo cutting board, and it is bamboo. It's not just like a bamboo print. And again, there's nothing but storage under here. Let me get a little better angle for this here. Take a look at that. They've even included the handy little wastebasket for you. And everything looks nice and crisp and clean and cool with those little hidden hinges right there. Everything looks good. 12 cubic foot, fridge freezer, gas electric. So, you are low power friendly, boondock friendly, all kinds of things. The cabinets here. This is an area that I think also very well demonstrates what Eagle does differently. Because there's so many things that Eagle does differently in terms of structure that we'll talk about when we get outside of the RV that you can't see. But this is something you can see. There are so many RVs in this class, they give you a set of cabinets up top, and then they give you nothing. And then they give you this little series of either cabinets or a couple drawers maybe if you're lucky. But they waste all that potential middle storage space. Eagle does not do that. Now, they do give you a nice little appliance hutch if you want to keep a coffee maker or something over there out of the way. It's also, in a way, sort of a cool little desk space. You can use one of those folding chairs over here. You sort of have a desk drawer. You have plugs and hookups for like phones or laptops or tablets or whatever. But they give you enough space, but they still give you the ability to have a nice big additional pantry. Or if you look at this, because you might notice it's got coat hanging hooks in there. That is a little flip-up shelf, and you can convert it on the fly. You see that little bullet latch right there? You can use that to hold this back, and you can convert that between pantry and cabinet space whenever you want on the fly. Cool little things here. The Eagle HTs have a touch screen wireless. Woo, that was tough. Remote system. The Big Eagles have the One Control system by LCI. So it is basically a digital touchscreen version of everything you can do here, and then some. But there's always like, if this thing just goes nuts, like, and it fries, there's always going to be some manual switch somewhere that can do anything you can do here. You're never going to be stuck. But what you can do is you can take your phone, you can download the My LCI app and turn any Android or iPhone into a wireless remote. So if you want to mess with your leveling, your lights, your awning, your slides, from your phone as a remote control, you can do that. And these are those main cabin dimmer switches that I mentioned previously. That looks like the island pendants. There's the whole cabin. Look at that. Now, what's kind of cool on these, it actually has memory. So if I turn these lights down and I turn them off and on, they'll stay that way. So if you had the lights down at night and then you wake up in the morning, when you flip the switch, you're not going to get blinded. It's still going to be down low until you're ready to turn it up. Turn it up! So, a lot of people have asked, why is this window fully framed? And to me, I look at it as literally a picture window, except it's a live updating picture window that changes. The guys at Jayco are not going to be happy that I'm staring at a cougar right now. Anyway, but it changes based on your destination, you know. But you also do have nice little privacy shade here. There is a matching shade like this, by the way, in the entry door window, which is really cool. That's a nice little touch they put in here. Bathroom, couple cool things going on. We're going to start with their little bathroom nightlight. And even during the day here, it's actually still doing a pretty decent job, but it does a bang-up job at night. Now, complement that with what I like to call the backlit morning mirror, so that you're not getting direct light right in your face. And you can get around in the morning if you're, say, work camping or full-time. A lot of people full-time in Eagles because they do have the construction and the insulation package to be viable for that. I've got several personal customers that full-time in Eagles. Big shower with a corner seat, by the way, and it's a recessed shower pan. They ran all the plumbing below the floor level instead of above, so that you've got all sorts of headroom in here. I mean, case in point, you know, the main bathroom deck in here is the same height as the shower level, and you can see I've got all kinds of headroom in here. What I lack is hair. Huge space here for towels, beach towels, your extra shampoos, toilet papers, all that stuff. Moving on to the bedroom. Now, we've had this RV, oh, I forgot to put that box away. That looks atrocious. I'm ashamed of that. Anyway, so we've had this RV on order for so long. Eagles are so popular. This has been on back order for so long that when we ordered this, king bed was not even yet available. It is now. So the one that I'm looking at has a queen bed. You can get this with a king bed. Chances are, moving forward, we will probably equip this with a king bed. What I need from you folks at home, please leave me a note in the video description. Leave some comments. King bed, queen bed. Which one's the way to go? We want to have the right RV for you. We don't want to try to shove a square peg in a round hole. This is going to be your RV. I want it equipped to your specs. Please let us know which way you would like something like this. But what's cool about this, now that it's built with a king bed potential, what Eagle did very well here, is they left room so that you can comfortably walk around the bed if it has a king bed. You don't have to have your butt pressed against the wall. Now, some folks have a little bit of extra girth in their posterior, and perhaps that will be the case for you. It's not the case for me, and I don't know, maybe I shouldn't even say something like that, but I think you get the point. My point is, it's got all kinds of comfortable walk-around space with a queen bed. You can see there are outlets near bedside stands. That is the one real benefit here also of a queen bed. One of several, I guess. Walk-around space and a big stand for a full-size CPAP machine. You don't have to have the little Travelers version. Although, thankfully, they are making Travelers CPAPs now. Second air conditioner is an option. Generally speaking, at Haylett RV, if an RV has a full bedroom slide, not a closet slide, a full bedroom slide, we will typically put a second air on this. Very few exceptions, and there are extenuating circumstances where that's not true. So this is another one of those instances where I've kind of put disclaimers up to let you guys know that this may not be the exact specific RV we have in stock. Little things like the second air conditioner or king bed or theater seat versus recliners, maybe those things will be different. Always verify against our website or call our team. We only advertise what we have in stock. The video here is somewhat generic though. But I do love the storage. I like these extra shelves here. And you may notice up in that headboard there are like a shoe rack built all the way up into the nose cone there. So we can put a washer dryer set up over here. TV's all set up across the bed. It's got everything the big fifth wheels have, except some of the weight and money. That ain't all bad. Let's step outside and learn how she's put together. It's just a good looking coach, you know? It shines up pretty, looks good, just looks good. First thing I want to talk about out here, and then everything else is basically going to support that, is Jayco's warranty. Lots of very confusing information out there on warranties right now. It is about as clear as mud, especially for someone who either hasn't been shopping on this stuff for a long time. Because I know we talk to people all the time. You know, they're like, hey, after 2.5, 3 years, we finally made our purchase here at Haylett RV. You guys were great. You were patient. You helped us find the one. But a lot of stuff changes in that time. And warranties have changed a lot recently here. Jayco's really hasn't. They still have their, full 2-year warranty. Not just structural, but full. So, a 3-year structural warranty, if your microwave dies, that doesn't cover anything. But your big expensive appliances, it covers that. Structural problems are very uncommon in this business. That's why a lot of manufacturers are able to throw a 3-year warranty on there. Now that being said, there are certain brands like Keystone has the most involved, most comprehensive 3-year structural warranty out there. And there are some good ones. There are some very good ones. I love the peace of mind of it. I know that if I were shopping, I would be like, man, that sounds good. But, generally speaking, Jayco's 2-year warranty covers more things for longer than anybody else. There were a few brands that started doing 2-year warranties and they kind of quit. And I thought that was really interesting. So all of that being said, why and how are they able to do it? Well, a lot of little things. Material selection is one of the biggest things. Like they're using not that felt stuff. They're using the actual rubberized diamond plate industrial flooring like out of a toy hauler. You will find motion sensitive lighting on both sides of an Eagle pass-through and plugs on both sides of an Eagle pass-through, because you don't just use stuff on one side of the belly. You use it on both sides. That is that 50-inch TV right there in its box in this storage compartment. You can see how small it looks. Now, one of the things people have asked a lot about, because they're very popular, is why is Jayco not using magnet latches on the sides of their trailer? And the answer is because it hasn't passed their testing. There's a lot of brands using them, and generally speaking, I do think they work fine. I'm not really concerned about it. But Jayco uses an anti-slam door. It's got a friction hinge on it, and they use a pretty heavy grade one. And if you close that door hard enough, they have found that magnet latches will disengage and cause the door to fall on somebody. And they don't want to take that chance. Now they're working on something and testing one now they feel will work. But in the meantime, they are using strutted doors to help keep the door up out of the way without the chance of it falling on you. Now, if you really want to put magnet latches on this, you could disengage those things and put magnets on it. Nothing's stopping you. You could do all that. But Jayco's just not comfortable doing it. Now, this does have full auto leveling, so one touch capacity there, which is just kind of convenient. Some folks like it, some don't. We found the majority of folks are looking for it. I don't know, there's benefits both ways, really. Anyway, the lighting on this. Let's talk about Eagle Smart Lighting. So when you flip on your left or right turn signals, the clearance lights up top on front and back and the appropriate side marker lights will blink along with your turn signals. That is something that is exclusive to the Eagle series right now and may roll out through the rest of the Jayco family later on. It's an awesome safety item, and yet another example of how Eagle does everything a little bit more than everybody else. Now, I've got my power killed right now. But what's kind of cool is the nose lighting on this Eagle. It's got a couple normal like white LED hitching lights that'll help you see at night if you're hitching up. But then just for accents, it's got these really cool orange glow beams on it. I like to call them lightsabers, obviously. The you know, Josh the RV nerd. It's not just a name. I'm a dork. Anyway, but I've had people say, well, why are they orange? Well, a lot of people at campgrounds, and understand, guys, before you go doing this, you need to check with the local campground people if you're in like a park, because the #1 complaint at campgrounds are folks leaving their lights on at night and bothering me when I'm trying to sleep. But what a lot of people will do, and I might put a video together showing you how to do this, you can basically just jump the wires on your 7-way plug on the trailer, and you can leave your marker lights lit up. Well, if those are orange, you would want the glow beams to also be orange to match. That's why. You know what, while I'm standing right here, this is one of those structure things that helps Jayco support their warranty. You know what you don't see right here? You don't see a vertical piece of trim from pre-cracked fiberglass. Now, manufacturers, they build a product with an expected lifespan. They don't build a fifth wheel expecting it to last 60 years. That's not a reasonable expectation for a product like this. So over the period of its ownership, there's going to be a lot of stress and flex up here during towing, and that may cause fiberglass to crack. But they use thinner upper deck structures. Jayco uses a taller box tube steel frame. They also have a side flange that comes off that to help support the actual sidewall upstairs, so they don't have to crack their fiberglass. You don't have a pre-broken fifth wheel when you get a Jayco. I think that's pretty cool. That's another thing they do there. Man, does that skin look shiny and beautiful today. Best in class ride and handling package. They've got their MORryde pin box up front, where the MORryde pin box, I feel, is just the slightest nod supreme, is that it isn't just front to back shock dampening, it's also got side to side shock dampening, so that it can help, you know, as you're kind of getting tossed around down the road. Now for vertical shock dampening, you have a matching MORryde suspension system back here, so it does accomplish everything. Big 16-inch Goodyear radial tires, by the way. Stress on the Goodyear. Highest class of tire used in this category. American made. Highest speed ratings and integrity ratings out there. I don't think I need to say much more. Insulation. Climate Shield insulation package. This has been 0 to 100 degree tested, proven, with the slides out in a cold chamber for 24 hours with the thermostat set on 70. It maintained, what was it, like 58 in the underbelly or something like that. Eagle is one of the best insulated fifth wheels out there. But it's funny, Jayco doesn't advertise an R52 roof. How do they outperform those R52 roof brands? That's because they don't have an R52 roof. There's no such thing as an R52 roof. Jayco doesn't use false R values. They call theirs an R28. It doesn't matter what the R number is, it matters what the performance is. And Jayco's got them. Jayco's got that done. SantaCon's an option you can apply to these, and we have found extremely high satisfaction rates from customers with this. My favorite is when a customer referred to it as the Turbo Crapper, which, you know, colloquialisms aside, kind of funny. Maybe on a Larry the Cable Guy level, but I don't know, kind of funny. What it does, it's a power waste exhaust that can empty your holding tanks twice as fast, so that you get back to camping and not messing around with sewer, wastewater related things. Eagle is very, very uncommon in that it has plywood decking not just in the floor, but also the roof. And that is exceptionally uncommon. Most RVs are going to have an OSB decked roof, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking them. I'm not saying that they're badly built. I'm saying this is superior construction. That's the difference. The Jayco Magnum Truss roof system, because people are going to look at the peel away of an Eagle, their little graphic, and say, are you kidding me? This has wood roof trusses? What a piece of junk. Well, it has the strongest roof out there, rated for 4,800 pounds. It's not material, guys. It's methodology, it's thicknesses. And wood, frankly, is an excellent insulator as compared to hollow tubular aluminum roofing. If you have tubular aluminum roof trusses, you've got insulation gaps built into your roof that Eagle doesn't suffer from. So that's an area they've done well here. Every RV is great for different reasons. Maybe you don't like that. Maybe you just really want all the aluminum structure you can get in there. That's fine. I get it. I understand. But there are benefits both ways, and it is important to understand that. Now this is a factory installed accessory hitch, not a towing hitch. It's not rated for towing. This is an accessory hitch. Interestingly, Eagle HT models have a towing hitch. So something that'd be very close to this would be a 30.5 CKTS. That's an Eagle HT model. And you think, why does the little brother have a towing hitch and this doesn't? And the answer is because Big Eagle, as we're looking at it, I'll call it that, is too long. So if you start throwing triples behind here, you're going to be too long. But what's nice about this gives you the ability to put a bike rack on your camper without voiding the structure part of your warranty. So these brands that often tote their 3-year structural warranties, if you want to put a bike rack on the back of them, chances are you're going to have to void that 3-year structural warranty to do it. Not with a Jayco. They took care of that problem. It's not a problem with them. Little detail stuff. Aluminum steps. They're lighter weight. They don't corrode. They're easier to see at night. And they're not slippery. So when your shoes are wet, you don't slip. You also have a step light switch right out here by the steps. Because, hey, Eagle's smarter. And you also have very low mounted speakers. And I like those for a couple reasons. You're not going to blow away the neighbors, and you also don't have to have a 4-inch hole drilled through your wall that is just, you know, a potential leak point. There's a bunch of other little things to learn about on these, but I think this will give you a good idea of what you're looking at here. I've always felt, I really always have, I've said for years, that every RV is the best for a different reason. And Eagle does a lot of things that a lot of other brands don't. The offset is, they're not the least expensive product, but they are absolutely, if you're looking for that last one you ever want to own, they are pound for pound one of the most impressive fifth wheels on the market. I truly feel that. And I'm very proud of the other things we offer here. I really am. You know, the Highlands, the Cougars, the Keystones, the Montanas, and all that. Big Brother North Point. I mean, what's crazy is, you know, this basically has all the same construction and almost all the same features and the same story as North Point. North Point just really has a taller ceiling. Now, North Point does do some stuff that Eagle doesn't here, but Eagle does some stuff that North Point doesn't too. It's really impressive what they've put together here. If you agree, give us a call. 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.